Just think of it as the rough draft of the podcast world. This is the Newbie Writers Podcast with your hosts, Damien Both and Catherine Bramkamp.
Hey, we're back. It's episode 206 this week, and that threw me out because normally my system makes a little ding when we're ready to go, and it didn't happen.
No, it didn't. And you know what? I don't hear the opening. So I just wait until you say, "Hey, we're ready to go."
Oh, don't you hear the opening?
Well, it's okay. I do have it memorized, so it's not a problem. But I just sort of wait, and there's a silence, and it's like, then I hear you, and then I know we start.
Really? Well, that's not supposed to happen. Oh, technology.
I know. But this is, as we discovered this morning, it doesn't always happen perfectly. It's technology.
Yes. Anyway, it's Easter. Really don't care.
It's Easter, yes.
You were saying to me, "Oh, did you work yesterday till midday?" And I informed you that it was actually a public holiday. So what's with that?
Yeah, that's amazing to me because we're a whole lot about being non-secular, except that every year a whole group of very conservative people decide there's a war on Christmas. So I haven't figured that out, but there's no war on Easter. Everybody eats eggs, candy, whatever, but we don't shut down anymore for Good Friday, and we used to, but we don't do it anymore. Everything stays open.
Right. We went away once, and it was Good Friday. We got to our destination, and nothing was open. I think we even struggled getting a pizza.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And was it completely closed on Good Friday or just between noon and 3?
No, everything's shut.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
My husband remembers, because he went to a Catholic school, he remembers like going to church or sitting very quietly in the house from noon until 3, which I was just thought was pretty amazing as well.
But where does that come from?
The old Christian... It's just an old, it's the old Christian/Catholic traditions to acknowledge Easter. I mean, Easter's the big ass holiday. It's the high holiday, so to speak. And it's all week. Lent is over. Woohoo! I grew up around this. It was pretty amazing, but we don't do much about it now.
Well, we have a special guest on. We got John Draper on. Good morning. How are you? Is he still there? I think he's there. John,
are you there?
Have we lost you?
You guys are breaking up on me a little bit now and then.
Oh, this might be the connection. But I'm trying to get my head around why you guys have only from midday onwards off. Is it sort of like, we'll squeeze a little bit of work in? How do you con that one?
No. It used to be because Jesus died between noon and 3 on Friday, and so that's what we celebrate and close down for, between noon and 3.
You don't know that though.
I am not talking about fact. I'm talking about religion, myth, and acknowledging something that a group of people all collectively believe in.
That sounds like someone just wanted the afternoon off and said, yeah, he carked it at midday.
Just like because we eat fish on Friday, so because the Pope was trying to shore up that industry.
Yeah.
Yes, that could be it too.
Exactly. Anyway, all right, John, can you still hear us?
Yeah, I hear you fine now.
Cool.
Yay!
So, you've written a book, which is going to sort of challenge a lot of people, which is awesome. It's called A Danger to God Himself, and tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the book is, everyone, when you write a novel, first when people hear you're writing a novel, they're impressed. And then they immediately want to know what it's about.
Yep.
And I wrote, my book was pretty much all written in the mornings at a Starbucks and then at night in a bar. And whenever somebody would ask me that, I'd always say, well, it's about a Mormon who goes crazy on his mission. And they would, oh, that sounds great. I'd read that. So I was very encouraging.
Yeah. I want to get this book, actually. I'm going to, after the show.
Sounds wonderful.
I'm going to order a copy. Because I was reading your blog, which is johnfdraper.com. It's a very good read. I've read most of the posts this morning. And what I found fascinating is you sort of mentioned that you were letting Mormons into your house. Why?
I'm sorry, say that again?
You were letting Mormons into your house.
Oh, there was before that happened. You should know. I can't recall how much you know about my backstory, but right.
It dropped out.
I was an evangelical Christian. Mm-hmm. Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Yeah.
Can do.
Hello?
Yep. Hello.
Hello?
Yep. You're there.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear us?
You keep breaking up.
I might.
Oh my gosh, it's a Good Friday thing.
It must be. Someone wants us to not do this show.
It is. Do we want to try to connect again, or do you hear me now?
Yeah.
I'll give you a call
Okay.
back. Let's try that.
Oh, you want to try that? Okay.
Yep. Skype. How would you rate this call? Poor. All right.
Are we still on?
We are. Oh. Why did that just drop out? Right.
Hi.
Hello.
See if we can get him in.
We need to have adverts in between, and we'll go to a break.
Due to circumstances beyond our control.
Yeah. Could just do it like TV, just have the color bars come up. Beep.
Yeah. Yeah. Beep. I remember that.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen much anymore. Now you just get buffering on your Apple TV where it just goes, you get the little spinning cycle and goes round and round. And my husband and I look at that and say, oh, okay, let's just go get another bourbon while we wait for this.
Loo break.
Exactly.
Well, while we're trying to get John back, how's things going with you? You're editing Future Sky.
I am, and I will tell a story on how to deal with this. I printed out the book, the second draft, and I went through it entirely and hand wrote the edits because sometimes that can be really helpful. Got it all done, and it's like, okay, I'm going next. The next step is I'm going to take the edits and I'm going to put them back into the computer, back into the main manuscript. And I didn't want to do it. I couldn't get myself together with it. I put it aside. I just didn't want to do it. And I thought, all right, I'll go for. I went and had breakfast with a couple of my sister-in-law and father-in-law, and said, okay, I'll walk home and I'll just like get away from all of this and see if an answer comes to me. Well, an answer actually did. Who knew that would work out? What my problem was that one of the secondary plot lines, it wasn't working, and I was really trying to make it work. I was like really throttling it, trying to make it work. So I thought, all right, let's take out that entire plot line and just work with the main plot line. And I've been able to go much faster on the edits now. I'm just doing it's just one character rather than two interweaving plots. So I'll see how that goes. I'll send it off to beta readers and see how they think. But it's gone so much better since I took out that troublesome secondary plot. There you go, lesson learned.
Yeah. Do you think though if you get your flow back on, do you think you'll try and weave a similar sort of thing back in at some point?
I am going to see how that works. I really respect. I mean, I've been going at this fairly quickly. I really respect the muse and what she demands, and I'm just writing down what comes to me. And if it does work, if I think, oh yeah, I could probably make this happen, if I get some sort of revelation, yes, I will definitely put it back. But right now, the only way I could get back into the book was to just abandon that other plot line, and then all of a sudden it all opened up, and I was enthusiastic about the work again.
Yeah, see, mine's at a bit of a. Are you still there? Oh, John's dropping in and out. I'm at a bit of a crossroads with mine. I literally have all of my characters sitting in a house around a dinner table, And one of them's like, okay, so in the morning, which way shall we go? And that's the last sentence.
And that's and you don't know. Is
No.
that the problem?
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's have a vote.
But it's because I don't know really why they would say turn left. I don't know, or
Yeah.
head east or west or wherever they're looking to go.
Right.
Because you can have your main character go, first light, we will head out south to such and such. And then the next question is, why?
Yeah.
Well, I don't
Which
know
is
why.
a really good question to ask.
Yeah, because there's got to be some point, even if it's not the overarching plot, there's got to be some point of going to that next location for whatever reason.
And especially in your story, it's the journey, it's the adventure. So there really needs to be, we're going to A, then we go to B, and that also the journey moves the plot forward.
So yes, it's just
So that is,
stagnated.
you do have to know where you're going to go next. Maybe just to see something. I mean, sometimes you can maybe say, oh, we really need to go east to pick pretty flowers, or we really need to go west because there's a cute girl at the pub, and then that gets you there, and then you can have adventure once you get there.
Delay tactics. No.
Yeah.
But that doesn't really work, especially in medieval fantasy. Does it really do sitting around and like, I think I might go to such and such a town. Why? Because I feel like fish.
It could work. Don't knock it until you try it. Maybe trying it would then loosen it up a little bit for you, and you could actually, once you get on the journey, maybe halfway through that journey, your character will then say, oh yeah, I want to go over there because it'll, just move your character and then let the character bring an answer to you.
Yeah. It follows a somber scene where they buried someone, so it can't be too comical.
Well, no, it doesn't have to be comical, but just sometimes action. It's just like with writing in general. Sometimes you just have to have the action start, and then reason will follow.
I always lack reason. Anyway, so yes.
that's what I did. Is like I said, all right, then if I don't like something, stop writing about it, drop it completely, and then work with what I have, and that really made a difference. And if I need another plot line, maybe I'll invent a whole new one. I didn't throw out the secondary plot because maybe that's something else. Maybe I use that in another way. But I was it's just one of those things where you have, and this very much can happen to writers. So you have an idea. It's like, oh, I really want them to be in London in 1931, and I want them to steal these jewels because I read about this heist that really happened, and wouldn't that be great? And just making it work for this, couple of ideas, and it just was not. It wasn't happening organic. I didn't like the characters. No one was cooperating. So I thought, okay, we'll set you guys aside. I will come back to London later.
Could you get away with, or does it shine through too much that you're indecisive? If, in my situation, I just said, I don't know where I'm going, let's just leave and have them wander off. Because I like all of my characters, and I'm actually pissed off with the first, the main one, because I see it, you are that third person in the room that I just like, just hurry up and make a decision. I can't. I've just...
Well, if you're thinking that, you might want to help him or her along.
With a backhand.
Yeah.
Hence why I was saying,
you do say, and your main character says, I don't know where we're going, but I have to get out of here. So they could be running from something for a few pages, a chapter or two.
The tax office.
Yeah, the tax office. Yeah, that's true. It's like, hey, I just spied so and so in the in the bushes or wherever. It's like, we got to go.
Yeah, them damn gnomes. Yeah,
Exactly. So you could very much approach it that way, and then that again, sometimes it's just it's just like moving along, moving away the detritus and getting your log jammed unjam so that everything can flow. And it sounds like you just sort of got stopped, and then the longer you wait, the harder it is to get back in the groove.
which is where it's at.
Yeah.
But that's all right. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, and you have work and things to do too. So.
Yes, I do. I'm still struggling to get John back on, which is a bit frustrating. Hopefully, we don't have to reschedule him until he sorts his tech stuff out. I've just got him, get him to restart everything. Sometimes that works, typical IT. Have you turned it off, then on? Actually, I've been getting that a bit lately. We get called into somewhere, and they're on the phone saying, it just doesn't work, and I'll walk in there, and they say, it's magically working now that you're here. Why does that happen?
Yep. That happens to me all the time, is I'll call up my IT dude, and I'll say, who happens to be the child, and I'll say, this isn't working, and he, if he's at home, he'll walk into the room, and boom, just like with your experience, everything starts working, and I'll just make him stay there. Just don't move. I need to finish this piece.
Oh.
And apparently, you are magic.
That's right. It is. It's black magic.
Yeah.
I don't know. Because, I had a new guy say to me, oh, you guys make a lot of money. I said, no, we don't make a lot of money. It's magic. We have the vibe. The vibes come through. And actually...
We sacrifice a goat in the parking lot, and there you are.
Yes, well, speaking of things like that, I have advertised for new employees, and some of the... this is, relevant to writing in that sense, but some of the applications I've got are going to end up in tortured sentences because they're just unbelievably bad.
Uh-huh.
And it makes you wonder how they can... And, I had a large number of applicants, and I just had to become ruthless. Just, cutting them down.
Have to become ruthless.
If you can't spell the last two places you've worked at...
Oh, no.
Or your street address, the suburb you live in, you're off. Goodbye.
Yeah.
I just don't have time for it, because at the end of the day, you should proofread. Surely not. And just then the lack of some of the wording is just so generic. I had to chuckle at some of them when it was, dear HR department. It's just,
Congratulations.
I didn't know I had one. And then, they'd say, I feel like... having looked at the job description, that my current skill set means that I am best suited for this job. And I go, okay. And you open it, and they were, furniture removalist. Or...
Which is just crazy, right?
Used car salesman. I've had the whole gamut. And you kind of feel sorry for them because they're obviously desperate for work. But, I don't know. I did have a strange one apply, who just... His resume was an advert for his business.
Oh.
So it's a current work history and then a full colour ad and a website at the bottom.
Funny. While I have you, let me tell you what I do.
Yeah, it seemed to be a bit more like, oh, well, we're in the same sort of industry. I wonder if he could use my services. That's not why I'm advertising.
I guess that's a question to ask. I think you make an interesting point about you're advertising for AV, technical experience, and you get furniture, restorer applying. I mean, I hear from so many agents and so many publishers that they get the same kind of thing from writers, where an agent will just spell it out and say, not interested in romance vampire stories, and they'll get some writer sending them a manuscript saying, I know you said you didn't like vampire stories, but this one's different. No, it is not different.
I think it stems from that. Well, there's two trains of thought. When it comes for the job market, if you're on benefits, like government benefits for being unemployed, I don't know if America has that.
We do, on a very pathetic scale, yes.
Yeah, the part of that to get that is you need to apply for a certain amount of jobs per week, right? So it might be 5, it might be 10, whatever, and it just justifies you're unemployed, you're trying to get work. We're not just going to pay you to stay home. So I can pick those a mile away, and.
Oh, that makes sense then. So they're just going through the top 4, applying and calling it good and going back to the couch.
And because we've got a jobs crisis here, there's not much out there. I literally looked up jobs in South Australia, and mine is like number 2. So, so I get that, right? So that I just go, whatever. You just ticked it off. I don't care. But when it comes to then the other side of things, which applies to then people who submit stories and their works, is that there's a hope that go, well, maybe they might think it's good and they might just publish it anyway.
Right.
Or he might think that, or he might not have had too many applicants, so he might give me a call anyway. I'm a furniture removalist. I'll learn what he's doing.
Right.
I
And they think that way about their novels as well.
Yes, and I don't think that's really wise, because you talk about the slush pile. I don't know. That would piss me off, because then if I was a publisher, someone sent in a vampire story and we explicitly said we're not doing that this run or this time round, then when it comes back around again to something else and that same person submits another story that is actually relevant, I'd be like, you pissed me off last time.
Right. And they remember.
Yeah.
We have to, as writers, we have to acknowledge that, these are just, hardworking or overwhelmed people. And if you just think, oh, no, this will be okay, this will be okay, this will be okay. Well, they do remember, and they are, maybe there's a little tickler file someplace. It's like, you have your picture up on a very large bulletin board. Do not read this person's manuscript ever.
Yeah, but that means someone's got to do that, and that's a lot of effort as well. Oh, print out all the idiots' names. Come on.
Yeah, right. Just fantasizing on that.
Yeah. But it makes you wonder. You hear people say, I submitted this to 50 publishers and got rejected. Mm-hmm. Then, on some level, how relevant was your submission to what they were asking for? Right.
And I think that I've had better luck with smaller publishers who were very specific, like, Rainstorm Press or like our press, Caliburn, where they're saying, okay, this is what we take. And you can look and say, yeah, I write this genre, and genre's easier, absolutely understand that. I write this genre, and you publish the same genre. We may have a fit.
Yeah.
And it's more, that's more what will be, that will help a writer be more successful faster. Are they small? Yes. Do you get an advance? No. Do you want an advance? Maybe not, because you don't want to get money and then have to give it back. That sucks. And you get some help. You get help with the covers and things. There's a lot of benefits, to it. Speaking of which, I tracked down our book with Caliburn Press and said, "Hey, how's that going?" And they said,
"Oh, here we go."
It's a very, they're small and struggling and trying to figure everything out. And they're like, I'm pretty sure we saw that. Can you send it to us again?
Are you serious?
Sure.
Great.
Okay, do you hear me now?
We certainly can.
All right.
We were talking about how you came to write your book and how and why you were talking to Mormons, which we thought was really interesting.
I know. Why would anybody talk to Mormon missionaries? It seems like a strange. Well, as I said, there's a story behind everything. Writing this book cost me my religion. Leading up to writing this book, I had been an evangelical.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
Did we just drop out of the word Christian?
I'm packing this in. Goodbye. I didn't even push that. That dropped out.
Oh my goodness. Well, we might have to lose our religion on another day.
Yes. So,
you do want to give them another chance because it is interesting.
It is very interesting. So, for those on the live stream, I'm going to end this now because it's going to be ridiculous with the silences and the backwards and forwards. So, I'll stop that bit.
Okay.
Because, oh my God.